City Boardwalk in southern New Jersey for a much-anticipated walk. Scheduled to go the full 10 if we get that far. Round 1 underway. You see him timing that double jab to the head. Off the target by Johnson. Jones's ability to punch, to flat out put forth power, puts people in the seats. Early on, that's what they expect to see here.
And early on, sometimes too much of a good thing, guess what? It can be dangerous. It can backfire. If he lands a punch and it doesn't get rid of the guy, well, what else can he do? What happens then?
A snapping combination by Roy Jones. Good return fire that time. To the head he goes with a left hand. Roy Jones Jr.'s got a cut. It looks like it's below the eye, on the cheek, but it's something that needs to be monitored. Missed the body shot. I like that step back right there. Just enough to be out of danger, but still close enough to then land the counter punch.
Well, that's what happens when you have that kind of experience. You're calm enough to know that range. Know where the beginning of the punch and the end of the punch is.
Return to sender. He gives him back one of his own. They're not exactly getting to know each other. They're just beating the hell out of each other early on here.
Yeah, Joe, if this keeps up, they're both going to have headaches, and we're going to have one of the great fights to talk about.
Didn't get it done going to the body there. Good double jab by Roy Jones. Last 10 seconds of this first round. You can see he's trying to score up top, but off the mark there.
Want this fight? Just listen to me, man. If you want this fight, you gotta go.
Here we go. Round 2 is underway. Johnson's the kind of boxer that wants to do just that. Find the target, get the combination working, land both punches. Flush right hand to the head. Johnson's rocked by a huge hook to the head. Nice jab from Roy Jones Jr. Big right hand from Roy Jones. Took a shot, now he gives a left. He tried to nab him up top, but was unable to connect. Nice combination, jab, uppercut to the head. Halfway through round number 2. Scored well up top. A well-placed left hand up top. Commits to the straight right. Able to get away from that headshot with the block. Jones is being very patient here, but it's with a plan in mind.
Yeah, it is with a plan in mind, and that's why he's such a successful fighter. He's trying to lure his opponent into a mistake.
And now he brings the left hand upstairs. He got hit. Oh, now the uppercut. Pulls the trigger right away with the left hand after getting tagged himself. That could set up things to come there, that jab by Johnson. And that's the end of round 2. Let me paint this picture for you. You got to figure out a strategy, and your fighter's down to one eye.
I hope that he read some history books, or he watched a movie named 300. You saw that movie, didn't you? Great movie about the Spartans where they were outnumbered, and they had to get the terrain right to fight the fight. They had to get into the mountains where the greater forces, the greater army, could not be the great army. They could not get in there and battle where they could take advantage of their superior forces. That's what he's got to do. He's got to move the fight into a portion of the ring where he will not be vulnerable on that side.
And another right hand comes in. Took a shot, now he gives a left. Lands flush with the combination upstairs. Protecting his head well with his guard. Attaboy! Not what he was looking for. That's a miss right there by Roy Jones. Here's a moment here as you see the step-back counterpunch where you realize this is the sweet science, not just some raw savagery swinging out there.
Look at the little subtleties here, Joe. What he does is he forces them into a position to stop the punch. And then when he stops, steps back, makes a miss, and comes right back.
It's tough to assess, but Jones's cut may look worse than it actually is. I mean, all the blood is spraying everywhere.
Yeah, and I think that's exactly right. And you just wonder, and I know this isn't supposed to play in, but you wonder if the judges in close rounds, if they get influenced by that look.
How about that exchange? More than one punch downstairs. That can be damaging. Accuracy an issue there. Didn't land that straight right hand. Oh, you see him with the left to the head there? Come on. Very well done by both men to fire off those right hands. Throws out the jab and then brings back the uppercut up top.
You gotta breathe. Breathe. Relax. How you feeling out there? You're not winning this fight, right? You're not winning. He's beaten. You need you to throw more.
Round number 4 underway. A chance to look at Teddy's scorecard. Johnson's up 2-1. Teddy hasn't necessarily distinguished himself in any one area other than he's been a little more active.
Yeah, he has been more active. The only thing that I worry about as a trainer, I would be concerned he has to work harder than the other guy to get things done. Does that hurt him down the road?
Well, I don't know if he's hip to the idea of becoming a counterpuncher, but I get the sense you'd agree with it.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, he's got the perfect platform, the perfect form for it. The guy's walking in right now, not moving his head much. He can time him, he can counter him.
Lands flush with the 2-punch combo by Roy Jones. Solid straight right hand. Halfway through round number 4. Johnson scoring with that right hand. Off of the ropes, that's going to help him out. And now you see the southpaw pulling the trigger with the straight left. Oh, and he's going to the body well. Nice block that time. It was intended to the head. And round 4 comes to an end. Well, we've seen this before, a fighter with a bad cut, and sometimes a fighter that now has a much greater sense of urgency.
Yeah, right now, if he was gambling, if he was in a casino, he's rolling the dice. He's hoping to come up with 7.
Johnson's favorite punch is the jab, and tonight he's loving it.
Well, the jab is the table setter, Joe, and he set a beautiful table tonight. Napkin on the left, you know, small fork on the left, knife on the right, and the food right in the middle. And he's eating all night.
You taking some English etiquette classes?
You getting hungry?
Look at that combination by Johnson. He returns the favor with a right hand of his own. Right to the belt line. Fires off the hook. Look at that. Nice work, the left hand to the head. Johnson's coming up with the answers, avoiding that punch. Halfway through this round here. Johnson's on the back end of an uppercut again. Back to basics here, as you can see the jab becoming a key instrument for him.
Boxing 101. You have an opponent walking in. You want to stay on the outside? Use that jab.
Double jab right to the face. Blocks the headshot. Good combination to the body. He needs to improve the accuracy a little bit. That was comical by Roy Jones. Parries that punch intended for the head. Johnson's doing a brilliant job with his head movement. He's employing top-notch defense right here, and it's frustrating his opponent.
It is frustrating his opponent.